Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video on my channel, Craft a Laugh. For those who don't know me, my name is Tia, and I am in my crafting era, to put it lightly. In this video, I'll be showing you how I made this crochet wisteria tree for my own cozy corner and craft station for reading and crafting. With that, let's get into the video. So for a while, I've been wanting to spice up the corner of my room as, after scrolling on Pinterest, I've been wanting a space to read, to craft, and just bring some warmth and coziness into my space. Over time, I started to add to my space, like the sewing desk, a rattan chair, a mini bookshelf, and random little things here and there. But something was missing. After brainstorming, I figured having a highlight piece was needed. And what's a better centerpiece than a wisteria in the corner of the room? So, this video is documenting the process of making and assembling the wisteria for the corner of my room. With that, let's get into it. Alright, so here is what I'll be working with from the start. Now, this is yarn I've had for years from past projects that I didn't know what to do with them. Until now. I was thinking of using two colors for the trunk to make it look like it's aging in some spots, but I decided to stick with the brown yarn. For the flowers, I'll be using some pink yarn I had in the closet. I know that whenever I see a wisteria, they are mainly purple, but it's the only color I had on hand, so we're going with that one. Not only that, I plan to make different color wisteria flowers for each change of the season, like maybe red, orange for the fall, white and light blue for the winter, and so on and so forth. At some point, I'll make a poll and let you guys choose what color for each season. So now let's actually get into making it. Oh, and I'm also using a 5.5mm hook. The first step was to make the trunk of the wisteria, which was pretty easy, just tedious. Using the brown yarn I had on hand, I simply cut up different lengths of 15, 10, 6, and 5 feet. Don't ask why specifically those numbers, it just happened like that. I needed them to be different lengths so that I had different branch sizes, and to make sure that it reached all the way to the ceiling and branched out from there to create an overhang of sorts. The reason why I'm making the trunk like this is that I thought this would be easier to form the trunk and branches of the wisteria, like how they do with the wire trees that you see sometimes. Since I'm living in an apartment, I'll be using rental-friendly command hooks, hopefully, to hang everything up. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to take down whenever I move, but that's the price I'm willing to pay, I guess. This is how it's looking so far. I'm really excited to see how this all turns out, especially when I add the flowers on it. But that is going to be the second to last thing I do, potentially. To start, we're going to make our chain. The first thing we're going to do is hold the tail end of our yarn between our pointer and middle finger and thumb to hold it in place. Then we're going to wrap the yarn twice around our two fingers. When you wrap the yarn around the first time, make sure that the yarn is straight like this. When you go to wrap it around your fingers a second time, make sure the yarn crosses over to make an X. Now, we're going to take our hook and go underneath the first loop we made. Using the hook, we're going to grab the second loop we made and pull it through and twisting. All you have to do now is slip the starting chain we created off our fingers. Grab the tail end in our working yarn and pulling it taut until it's snug on the crochet hook. The next part is easy. We're going to take our working yarn and wrap it around the hook and pull through. And here is where we have our first chain. So again, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through. Now we're going to keep doing this until we reach a desired length. So now that we have the desired length for our wisteria flower, it's time to work on the actual petals. To do that, we're going to be working in the back bumps of the chain. How you can tell is at the front, it looks like it's making a V pattern almost. But when you flip it, you'll see these little bumps on the back of them. To make our first petal, we're going to work into the 6th bump and make a slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, take your hook and insert it into the 6th bump. Yarn over and pull it through the bump. And then pull that loop through the 2nd loop on the hook, and there we have our first petal. Working on the next petal, we're going to chain 5 and slip stitch into the working bump we're in, completing our 2nd petal. Going into the next petal, we're going to chain 5 again, and we're going to slip stitch into the next bump. After that, chain 5 again and slip stitch into the same bump we're working into. After doing a couple, you'll start to see the wisteria forming. So we're going to keep doing this until we've gotten 1/4 of the length completed. This is how it looks after doing 1/4 of the length. So on the next part, instead of doing 5 chains, we're going to increase it to 6 chains. This will make the wisteria look whiter and fuller as we reach the top of the wisteria flower. Once you've done a desired section using 6 chains, you'll increase to 7 chains, do a section, and finally the last section, increase it to 8 chains. Once you reach the last chain, you'll simply cut the yarn and tie it off. And this is what you should be left with. At this point, I ran out of yarn that I had on deck and needed to go get more yarn. Now, I'm not for sure what brand or color I have because I've had it for years. So I had to take a sample with me to compare and get the closest shade of paint I could find. I grabbed a few to start with and also grabbed 2 different shades of pink to give the wisteria more depth. Here, I'm just continuing to make more of the wisteria flowers, making and hanging them as I go so that I can get a better idea of what I need and where I need things to be. I got a little lazy and didn't film myself on how I made the leaf garlands, as it was a last minute add-on and I just wanted to see how it would look. Now this is pretty much the last step, which is putting up the fairy lights. I got these off of Amazon for like 10 bucks, which isn't too bad. And I got the curtain style lights so that they hang down from the ceiling and look like fireflies lighting up in the wisteria. With that, here's the finished look. Overall, I really enjoy making this. It's whimsical, fun, it makes me want to get lost in a really good book. I hope you guys enjoy watching me make this. I loved every last bit of the journey. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more future videos. I think in the future, I might do a redo of this video or perhaps show some of the improvements I make to it over time. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!